everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathy, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a macrame candy corn. I love Halloween, so I hope you guys enjoy this special Halloween tutorial. And what we're going to need for this project is obviously the three colors of candy corn, and I'm actually going to be using some of my leftover rope. So I have just a small amount of yellow and a small amount of orange, and these are both braided cords. And I actually don't have a white in braided, so I'm actually going to use some leftover twisted cotton and white. So I am using a little mix-matched bundle. So go ahead and use whatever you have on hand as well. I think it will be cool with a different texture. So yeah. And the other thing I will be using is just a stick that I had in my yard, so you guys can go ahead and use whatever you have on hand as well, whether that be a dowel rod or just another stick from your yard, or maybe you have driftwood, I don't know. You can use anything basically to hang this from. And I'm going to go ahead and measure my ropes and tell you how long each piece should be, and then let's get started. Our first step is to attach all our ropes to our stick, and I will be attaching 11 ropes. They're each measured at 3 feet long. So I'm going to fold those in half and attach with both reverse and normal lark's head knots. So now we'll do our reverse lark's head for every other rope. So what I'm going to do is take it, this time behind my stick, just drape it over and pull the 2 strings through the loop. And then I just give that a tug to tighten it up. Okay, so once you have all your ropes tied to your stick, it's time to begin making our candy corn. So I'm going to use a white rope to start because that's the first color in a candy corn. And to do this, we're going to use vertical double half hitch knots. And with my white color, I have cut it about 3 feet long. And I'm going to make 3 rows using this color. My first row is going to have 1 set of vertical double half hitch knots, then I'm going to do 2 and then 3. So to begin, we will start by finding our center ropes, and it should be the 6th one from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is our center, and I'm going to tie my first vertical double half hitch around these 2 ropes. So I'm going to bring that rope right behind, and I'm going to take the end on the right and cross it over the 2 in the middle to form this loop. Then I take that same rope and curl it around the 2 in the middle and then pull it through the loop. And then we just pull on it to tighten. And I'm going to push it up top. Then I'm going to take that same rope, take it around the 2 in the middle. We have our loop here on the right. It just goes behind and through that loop. And then I pull it tight. And that is our first little set. And I'm going to go ahead and just tuck this end on the left just behind. We will hide it away permanently at the end of our project for all of our colored ends that we'll have. Alright, now we'll make our second row of our vertical double half hitch knots. So I'm going to use 1 new rope and also the rope on the right side of our first little set of knots. So I'm going to take that same working rope that we had been working with, and I'm going to take it in front of both of those ropes. It comes and curls around and it goes through the loop, and I pull that tight. Then I take it in front to form the loop where they curl around and go through the loop. And I pull that tight. And then I'm just going to kind of twist them around so that the rope comes behind my next 2. I take the rope in front to form a loop. It curls around and through, and I pull that tight. Then I take it in front to form the loop where it curls around and through the loop, and I just pull that tight. And that's what it should look like so far. And now we're gonna come and do a row of 3. So I'm going to use my next 2 ropes, one from this knot and then one new one. And I take that same working rope, take it in front to form the loop, curls around and through. I pull it tight. Then it comes in front, curl it around and through. Then I kind of just pull to twist it around so I can do my next 2 ropes. And there we go. That is what it will look like so far with my first 3 rows done. And now it's time to move on to the color orange. So I cut my rope about 5 feet long, and I think I'm gonna do either 4 or 5 rows in this color. So let's start. I'm gonna start it on 1 rope from this last knot and 1 new rope. And it's going to be the exact same process we learned before. So I'm going to take it right behind those 2 ropes, take the right end in front of the 2, then it curls around and through my loop. I pull that tight, and then it goes in front, curl it around, and it goes through the loop. Like that. And so now we're going to move on to our next 2. Okay, so I actually ran out of my orange rope, so I am going to cut a little more. And I do think I'm gonna do 5 rows instead of 4 because orange is the color of candy corn that is most used. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do 5. I'm 1 rope short again. Maybe I can try to squeeze it through, but I don't think so. Yeah, there's no way. Okay, so I ran out of rope again, guys, on my very last knot. So I am gonna try to give you guys a more accurate measurement than what I am, but again, sometimes when you're making macrame pieces, it is just trial and error. So this is the error part, and I'm off to cut just a little bit more rope for my 1 knot. Literally cut a very small amount to finish this row. Alright, and then now it is time to finish our candy corn with our yellow. So we're going to do 3 rows of yellow. This is the color I think that is pretty much least shown in a candy corn, but it's also the brightest and most fun, so let's get started with it. We're done! Oh my gosh, I think it looks so cute. So now that we have our candy corn complete, we're gonna flip the project around just so we can tuck in all those loose ends that we used to tie it. So this is what it looks like flipped around. It kind of looks messy. So what we're going to do is we're going to trim our ends so that we have just a couple inches left. And then I like to tape those ends so that we're not dealing with a fuzzy, frizzy mess. Okay, so trim your ends and then tape them up, and then I'll show you what we do next. Okay, so all my ends are now trimmed and taped. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it and just gently pull apart one of the knots, pull it loose, and slide our loose end under. So we're basically weaving it under, and this is just going to secure it. And I usually like to go under at least 2, just to make sure it is secure and hidden. Just like that. And it might be a little hard sometimes to push them through, so you might need to use some kind of hook or just any kind of device that can help you pull your knot loosely up and slide it through. So a hook or a bobby pin or a pin, really anything that you can think of that you think will work. So I'm going to finish tucking mine in, and then I will show you what it looks like. And there is my back all cleaned up. I mean, it still is a little messy, but all my ends are tucked away. You're not gonna see them at all. They're not gonna flop around. So it's pretty clean. And now we get to turn our project back around and see our final product. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to unravel all of these white ropes just so we have a fun little wavy pattern, and that is completely optional, but I think I'm gonna do that for mine. And if you need to trim any of your ends, if you got them a little uneven when you did your reverse lark's head, go ahead and trim that if you would like, or you can do an angled pattern, whatever you would like to end your work with. And I'll show you my final product.